Okay. So for Gauss-Jordan eliminations, so we turn it to reduce. Okay, reduce rho epsilon form. So it means RREF, reduce rho epsilon form. Okay. So in the tutorial, it will ask you to find this reduce rho epsilon form and so on. So it means RREF. So what does it mean reduce rho epsilon form, right? So basically, this is a reduced rho epsilon form. Okay. So what does it mean reduced rho epsilon form? So reduced rho epsilon form basically means below and above the leading entry. All the elements are zeros. Okay. So just now for rho epsilon form, it means below only zeros. Okay. So for reduced rho epsilon form, it means below and above all zero. So this is a leading entry. So below all zero, above all zero. So this is leading entry. Okay, above and below all zeros, right? Above and below all zero. This is leading entry. Above and below all zero. Okay. So this is reduced rho epsilon form. So for Gaussian elimination, we turn it into reduced rho epsilon form. Okay, reduced rho epsilon form. So let's go through one example. Let's go through one example. Okay, simple one. Do you think this is a reduced rho epsilon form? Yes, right. Yes. So this RREF. Okay, so this is leading entry. Okay, below leading and above leading entry on zero. This is leading entry. This is leading entry. Okay, above and below all are zeros. So from reduced rho epsilon form, how to solve it? We can solve it directly. So first one is S1, right? Second one is S2. Third one is S3. So 1 times S1 equal to 1, right? 3 times S2 equal to 2. So S2 equal to 2 over 3. And last one, 2 times S3 equal to 3. So S3 equal to 3 over 2. So when we turn it into reduced rho epsilon form, we can solve it directly and get all the solutions. So let's go into detail how to turn it into reduced rho epsilon form. Right. For Gauss-Jordan. So we still do it column by column. Still do it column by column. Okay. So first A11 will be pivot. So turn A21 and A31 to 0. Use the operation. Okay, so do it column by column. So as a result, A21 and A31 will be 0. Okay, after that, A22 will be pivot. So for reduced row echelon form, we need to turn A12 and A32 to 0. Okay, these two elements turn into 0. So do it column by column. Okay, column by column. Okay, so as a result, here also will be 0. Here will be 0. Okay, so after that, A33 will be pivot. So we need to turn A33 will be pivot. We need to turn A13 and A23 to 0. So doing column by column. This will be 0, this will be 0. Okay, so as a result, we will get RREF, reduced row echelon form. So these are all the steps. Okay, all the steps. So to be clearer, we see the example. See the example. Okay, so first we turn it into an augmented matrix. Okay, so we 0, 2, negative 8, 8, 1, negative 2, 1, 0, negative 4, 5, 9, negative 9. Okay, so this example basically is the same with just now. It's the same with this one. Okay, so we need to do the interchanging. Well, pivot cannot be 0, right? So we do the interchanging. R1 interchange with R2. Okay, so after that we turn this zero number, turn negative 4 to 0. Okay, just now we have done it, we have gone through. So be 4 times R1 plus R3. Produce a new R3. Right. So as a result, negative 4 will turn to 0. Just now we have calculated this value, negative 3, 13, negative 9. Okay, so after that, okay, so this one is pivot. So after that, these two will be the pivot, right? Pivot. We need to turn negative 2 and negative 3 to 0, right? Negative 2 and negative 3 to 0. Do it column by column. So write down the operations. How to turn negative 2 to 0? Use the same formula. Negative elimination element, negative to over pivot to multiply with the pivot row will be R2 or R1? R2. Elimination row is R1. Produce a new R1. So negative, negative 2 cancel out with 2. So this will be R2 plus R1, right? R2 plus R1. Okay? So as a result, this will turn to 0. So R2 plus R1. 1 plus negative 8, negative 7, right? 0 plus 8, 8, right? Okay? And pivot row remain unchanged. Okay. So for this, we need to turn negative 3 to 0. How to turn negative 3 to 0? Negative elimination element over pivot. Multiply pivot row R2, elimination row R3. Okay. Produce a new R3. So as a result here will turn to 0. This one we have done earlier during the Gaussian eliminations, right? So for Gaussian elimination, here is 1, here is 3. Okay. So now, third column, which one is pivot? What's the pivot value here? 1, yes. 1. We need to turn negative 7 and negative 8 to 0. So do it column by column. Okay? So write down the operation first. Negative elimination element is negative 7 over pivot is 1. Pivot row will be R3 plus elimination row R1. Produce a new R1. So negative, negative, okay, over 1 will be 7. So this will be 7 R3 plus R1. 7 R3. So as a result, negative 7 will turn to 0. And here we need to do calculations. 7 times R3 plus 8 equal to 29. Okay. And then turn negative 8 to 0. How to turn negative 8 to 0? Negative elimination element, negative 8 over pivot 1. Multiply pivot row still R3, elimination row R2. Produce a new R2. So negative negative will be positive, so it will be 8 times R3 plus R2. So as a result, negative 8 will turn to 0, and here we need to do the calculation. 8 times R3 equal to 3 plus R2 is equal to 24 R2. Yes, 8 times R3 answers. Yeah, correct. 32. 32 is correct. Same with just now. Okay. So pivot row remain unchanged. So now we can solve it. So solve it. 1 times S1 equal to 29. 2 times S2 equal to 32. To 16. S3 equal to 3. Okay. Okay, how to check whether your answer is correct or not? How to check it, right? How to check it? Okay, how to check it whether your final answers are correct or not? Okay, so you don't have to check all the steps anymore. Once you confirm your answers, they are correct. Okay, plug in all the value into one. There are 3 equations here, right? 3 equations here. Plug in S1, S2, S3. For example, into equation number 3. You plug in S1, S2, S3 into equation number 3. If you get negative 9, which means your answer is correct. Plug into equation number 2, you get 0, which means your answer is correct. Take one of the equation, plug in. Okay? So, for example, so we sub in S1, S2, and S3 into equation number 2. So, equation number 2. Okay? S1 equal to 39, S2 equal to 16 plus 3 equal to 0. Right? Okay, so which means your answer is correct. You don't have to check all the steps anymore. Once you confirm your final answer, all correct.